The 2012 Olympics, hosted in London, will go down as one of the most iconic games for athletics. The energy of the fans matched those of the athletes, which is quite a task, given that we saw some spectacular performances on the track and in the field. We saw a showdown of the ages in the men's and women's 100-meter. However, the race that will never be forgotten is David Rudisha's 800-meter world record run, where we saw him demolish a world-class final from gun to tape. Truly an iconic moment, one that made him more famous than ever and a hero in his country. David's legacy only grew from there, making him not only one of the greatest 800-meter runners of all time, but one of the greatest athletes of all time. While stories will be told of his greatness, from his World Junior title win in 2006 up to his second Olympic gold medal 10 years later, somewhere along the line, there seems to be a key story missing to express just how great Rudisha was. On the 10th of September, 1 month after winning a second Olympic title to become the fourth man in history to win the event back-to-back, David headed back to the United Kingdom to close the season. He also made history there a couple months earlier, when he went to Birmingham to run the 600-meter, and became the fastest man of the 21st century, and the second fastest man of all time, with a time of 1 minute 13.10 seconds. This meant he had high standards to live up to, given that some of his best performances were in Great Britain. However, this time in Manchester, he was about to run the 500-meter, an event strange to himself, and it wasn't on a track they had to contest the event, mostly on the road. The event is rare in athletics, given that it's an unofficial distance, but just like the 150-meter dashes to 100-meter runners, it really helps to show the true abilities of the athletes. Coming into the race, the world record stood at 59.32 seconds. It was held by Orestes Rodriguez Williams, a Cuban 400-meter runner. He became the first man of the event's history to break the 1-minute barrier in the event, when he did so on a track in his home country. Rudisha had proved to the world before how fast he was, but this moment would prove to be more revealing. When the signal to go was given, Martin Rudy took the lead, with Rudisha on his shoulders. An unusual situation, given that the Kenyan liked to be the one leading the pack. However, given Rudy's exploits in the 400-meter, he had an advantage. By the halfway mark, with 32 seconds on the clock, Rudisha pulled to the front, and despite challenge by the Englishman behind, there was no catching David as he ran through the tape to stop the clock at 57.69 seconds, going almost a full 2 seconds under the previous world record. He averaged a speed of 31 kilometers per hour, meaning he was even on course to go 1 minute 9 seconds over 600 meters. It was a sign to show what we could see in the future from him. But unfortunately, the following year was the last time we saw him on the track, as he struggled with injuries and other serious problems. Even with a planned comeback for the Tokyo Olympics, he was unable to compete. And even though there is yet to be a confirmation on his retirement, given his current shape and age, 32, it seems highly unlikely we will see a return. So with that performance in Manchester remains his last great performance in the sport, and one those who are watching on the day will never forget.
Very fast time, 57.7. Well, either on a track or on the road and the track as this one is, that I think is the fastest we've ever seen in the world. So